God damn, why are Taylor Sagan and Jamie Benn so good, huh? You know, if only the Penguins had players as good as them. Oh, that's right! Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Oh, those little chestnuts. The Penguins lose a heartbreaker in the last second to the Dallas Stars after Sidney Crosby takes a very stupid penalty for tripping Jamie Benn, who he recently called the most underrated player in the NHL, and I'm starting to think that he's probably correct, and he's becoming more and more rated as we speak. And Marc-Andre Fleury lets in a goal that, by all accounts, should not have gone in. Like, you know, Flower, it's not the playoffs there. Like, you can wait till April to start letting those in. Slides over right through the wickets, does not close his legs fast enough. Like, he's one of the most agile goalies in the league. I don't understand how he doesn't stop that, but nevertheless, he doesn't. Penguins lose to the Dallas Stars 3-2 after having a 2-0 lead. They give up 3 unanswered goals, which was very frustrating because that was a trait that we saw a lot of with the Penguins last year and the last couple of years. But they quickly bounced back, redeemed themselves, beat John Tavares and his band of merry men, aka the New York Islanders, who are actually looking pretty good this year. The only game they've lost to has been the Penguins. They're first in the division. They come back and beat them 3-1. Marc-Andre Fleury makes about 30 saves. They gave up lots and lots of shots. He has a great game. The Penguins finally figure out their penalty kill, for the time being anyway. They took 7 minor penalties, which is way too many. They killed all 7, which was fantastic against a team that was number 2 in the league for power play, second only to the Pittsburgh Penguins, who went 2 for 4 on the night and are now at 44% for the season. Ridiculous stat. I mean, that's just absurd. There's, of course, no way that they can sustain that stat. Last year, they were first with about 25%, so that's a long way to fall. But, man, their power play, I thought it would really struggle after my boy Neil was traded, but it looks fantastic, and there's no room for Ehrhoff on it. I thought for sure they'd put Ehrhoff on the power play. He looks great on the second power play. Letang looks fantastic back there. So calm and poised. I still don't really like Malkin on the point, but hey, it's working out, so who am I to judge, right? They've taken the third most penalties at home to start the season, which is not good. I mean, I know they want to get gritty and whatever, and more tough, but I don't like that. They have to work on staying out of the box. They cannot give teams opportunities, especially when you're struggling. There's only 3 teams that I was reading today on Pennsburg when I was checking the Penguins blogosphere, as I do every day, and I thought that was a little interesting fact. But anyways, I digress. That was a great game from both sides. Now that the Islanders finally have goaltending and actually have some solid defense, they could be a team that could challenge the Penguins in the Metro Division for first place. I still think that the Penguins will take it. I don't think it'll be a cakewalk like last year, but I definitely think Columbus and the Islanders can challenge the Penguins for that spot. They look quite good. Johnny T looks fantastic. Him and Crosby both tied for the league lead with 9 points, and it is the only second time in Crosby's career that he has started the season with the point in every single game, which is pretty surprising for a guy of his caliber, actually, that hasn't happened yet. But with so many time lost to injuries and stuff like that, it's not actually that surprising when you think about it. But he also has 4 goals on the year, which is third. He has a goal per game, essentially, so he's on an 82-goal pace. I mean, he won't get that, but he looks fantastic. Malkin says he still feels tired in the third period, and he looks amazing. Just wait till he doesn't feel tired. Watch out, NHL, man. These Penguins are coming, and they are no longer flightless birds. No, they look good. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do. I was reading another interesting article on the blogosphere by Ryan Wilson. You can follow him at Gunnar Stahl. And he was talking about how Mike Johnson's use of the third and fourth line is really different compared to Dan Bosma. Dan Bosma would shelter them and would give the offensive players more favorable starts, as you would usually do, except last year he did have to change it up because the Penguins had no other choice because they had no depth. They had to give Crosby tough minutes, and Johnston again is giving those bottom end players all the easy minutes and players the harder minutes, which you would expect, but because they don't have very much offensive upside, they can't score and produce. So most of the goals are still coming from the top six, and only and from the defense, only Ehrhoff, Martin, and Letang are getting points on offense. Dupre's taking way too many penalties, so that's definitely something you have to shore up because they are literally a Sidney Crosby or Evgeny Malkin injury away from falling. Anyways, so about the game. First game, I thought they played really well until the end of the period. They had a bit of a breakdown. I don't know why Crosby took a penalty to that. That was really stupid. But yeah, Fleury, you can't let that in. Second game, I did not see all of it, but I did see the highlights, and what I saw, it was a great game. The Penguins looked so good. Halak was great. Fleury was phenomenal. His best game of the season so far. Letang continues to impress. I think after Crosby, he's the player I've been most impressed with. A lot of people are saying they love Patrick Hornqvist, but he plays with Crosby, so I mean, it's not that difficult. But finally, Letang is coming into his own, and he just looks great. His Halloween costume was fantastic, too. He went as the Mad Hatter version. Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, the Johnny Depp version, and he looked so good I cannot even recognize him. It's on Malkin's Instagram account if you want to check it out, also Letang's Instagram. And the people who ended up winning were Bo Bennett, Nick Spalling, Robert Bertuzzo, and Paul Martin, who won his Kiss, and he was just fantastic. Malkin went as the Vampire, and Crosby, and maybe some little bit of clever trolling, went as Rocky Balboa, who is the character from the Rocky films, which are filmed in Philadelphia. He's a Philadelphia icon. They have the famous statue, and that's who their next game is against. So maybe a little bit of trolling, maybe a bit of endearment. Who knows? But next game is against the Flyers. They are wearing their new jerseys. Finally, can't wait to see them in action. They're going to look fantastic tomorrow. So sorry I've been delayed. That's why I kind of did two games in one, kind of a whole mishmash of things. But I've just can't wait for the game tomorrow, though. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Also, the Penguins have back-to-back games, and they're coming into a stretch of 3 games in 4 nights, so it'd be interesting to see which games Greiss gets into and how he plays. He's definitely going to get into one of the two, probably the second game against Detroit, but we'll have to see. Anyways, that is all for now. So long. I'll see you on Wednesday. Please like if you like this video. Subscribe if you really like it. Tell all your friends. Share with everyone. Comment using the comments box below what you think of the Penguins. And let me know your thoughts on the Slava Voinov suspension by the NHL, which has been big news.